Are you tired of repeatedly taking the IELTS or TOEFL test, but not achieving your target band score? Is your test date fast approaching? Do you want to achieve your desired band score once and for all? If so, then I am the right tutor for you. My name is Ethan, and during my 18-year career as a professional test prep instructor and ESL professor, I have trained hundreds of candidates, helping them achieve scores of 7+ in IELTS or 100+ in TOEFL. Each student has a unique journey from the first day they meet me to the day they take their test. These success stories can be found under the review section of my SuperProf profile. You will see numerous cases of success here. Thanks to SuperProf, I can also leave my students a review and share my experiences with my profile viewers. Feel free to expand the review section to see all of the reviews. However, my recommendations are usually not from my SuperProf students. Therefore, I won't be able to leave a review here. Also, the experiences mentioned in my recommendations section are not necessarily recent, and in some cases can go back a few months or a few years. Therefore, if you're interested in finding out about my SuperProf students' most recent success stories, pay special attention to the review section. Beginning of our classes, I will briefly assess your skills, especially speaking and writing, and will meet with you face to face to let you know about the customized plan I have in mind for you. Here's an example of an IELTS study plan. As you can see, I will specifically let you know how many sessions you'll need for each skill, how long it'll take you to achieve your target band score, and the resources you and I should use to help you prepare for your test. Why don't you hear from one of my students about how this process works?
I started searching online for different tutors, and I was able to find SuperProf website, where I was fortunate enough to find Ethan. And with that online we had our first meeting. When we met, from that meeting I realized that he was a person who was very devoted to his work and someone who calms you down and understands your problems and has solutions to your problems.
I would like to point out that I have a PhD in second language education, which I recently obtained from the University of Ottawa. Therefore, as an education expert interested in psychology, I will not just mention your mistakes and help you learn from them, but will point out your strengths and will show you how to use them to your advantage. Therefore, you can rest assured that I'm trained to understand your needs and to help you improve every session. Why don't you hear from a couple of my students about this?
Ethan is definitely one of the best IELTS teachers that you could find in Toronto, and that is not only because of his more than 10 years of teaching experience, but also I think he has a really a good understanding of each of his students. I think each of his classes is very well organized, and he knows what is the best to pass on his knowledge to each student.
Ethan is a person who I would say is not only a good professor, but is a really good friend, and he comes to your level and teaches you at that level. So every student, whoever is studies with Ethan will understand this point, that he will actually teach you on an individual basis, on personal levels, not just a standardized level where you have to understand the professor. He understands you pretty well, and this is the best thing about Ethan.
In our writing classes, using model essays that I've written myself, I will plan every single paragraph of every single essay for you. We will then write together to ensure that you're completely familiar with the paragraph structure of each kind of essay. I will also work on your method of supporting your main points in each paragraph to ensure you've learned how to effectively develop your ideas. I will ask you to write a number of essays at home, and we will edit them together in class using Skype features such as screen share and software such as Google Docs that will enable me to leave you comments and feedback. And your progress after our classes? Why don't you hear from my students?
Writing was not easy for me, and I didn't know how to support my main ideas, but now I can comfortably expand my ideas and write really nice and well-organized paragraphs.
In this short time, I feel that my self-confidence has increased significantly in both speaking and writing. I now speak more fluently without all the pauses I used to make, and I feel I can express my ideas more comfortably. In writing, I feel I write much more awesome essays because I can develop my ideas more easily, and I feel that my essays have become better organized.
Once again, I would like to show you a few of the recent results that my students have obtained. Therefore, if you would like to achieve your desired band score once and for all, and don't want to waste your money on repeatedly booking the test, I suggest that you contact me right now. One of my students will wrap it up.
Looking for an IELTS teacher to help you to quickly improve your English skill and help you to pass on your IELTS exam successfully, I would highly recommend him.